Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Welcome to my lipstick collection, which is the final part of my makeup collection series in February. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. I have a massive lipstick collection and I need to sort through it before I decide what I'm going to declutter and what not. So we're going to do lots of swatches, as I have been doing all of February with my makeup collection series, where I just take you through a lot of the different things I have and what I will be doing. There is just a lot here, so for time's sake, I will not be able to swatch everything, but I definitely need to do some comparative swatches because I have been really into buying lipstick at the end of 2024, and it's gotten to the point where I no longer know how things compare to one another. So with things I already had, compared to like some of the newer things that are here in the back that are now overflow because it doesn't no longer fit into these IKEA organizers that I have. So I just need to do a run through. Ideally, I want to keep everything in these drawers. So I have 4 of these drawer sets from IKEA. They're from the bathroom section. And they have 2 drawers in, and the top one has no dividers, but the bottom one has a little divider off to the side, and it's worked really well for me. So these are glosses, and I have like liquid lipsticks in this one, and my lip oils in that one, and my high-end lipstick in this one, and then I have a dedicated section for my MAC lipsticks, and so it works. But you do have to be pretty careful where you put things because sometimes the packaging is a bit bulky, so not everything fits. And I do have my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks in these little Primark containers. I have decided, just for time's sake, that I'm not going to swatch my lipstick collection from Lisa Eldridge. I already did that for you last year, and no bullet lipsticks that I have at the minute as I'm filming this have been added. So that's still the same, and I did a full 20-minute swatch video with all of my Lisa Eldridge bullet lipsticks last summer. So I'll link you to that in the description box down below. Then you can even see them on my lips. It's only 20 minutes and you can see all 42 shades. So I'm just going to refer you there to other content. And also, I know already when I declutter my makeup collection, my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks would all stay anyways. So those I'm just going to push off to the side because I don't need to go through that. I do need to show you one thing though, because this is what I do when I film shop my stashes. I have this little cubby that sits on top of my vanity, and whenever I reach for a lip product during the month, I end up putting it in here. And that way I can tell you in my Shop My Stashes exactly what lipsticks I wore. And this, I haven't filmed my Shop My Stash yet, so I need to keep this in this cubby because I'm else going to forget. If I just like migrate everything back into its place, it's not going to be pretty for me. So I'm just going to show you what's in here. I decided to wear a navy blue lipstick on New Year's Eve. So it's by ABH. It's super old, but it still worked really well. I have this one from Mina, which I really enjoy wearing. That's a newer product. I have been really into my Tower 28 lip glosses lately. So I've been wearing those loads. There's always a stray K-Beauty lip stain somewhere in these Shop My Stash videos because I love those. I have been wearing my little Sigma lip combo quite a bit as well. Like, I just really like the combination of New Mod with this lip oil and tint on top. I think it's stunning. Also, a regular appearance goes out to my Glossier Ultralip in Pony. Wear it all the time. One of these Milani Color Fetish lipsticks I reach for all the time. And Victoria Beckham Posh lipsticks. And then there's always a few Lisa Eldridge lipsticks in there as well, because those I just tend to wear the most. For a while though, I was so obsessed with my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks that I hardly reached into these drawers at all. But yeah, I have just really been, I think because Lisa Eldridge hasn't done much in terms of like new lipstick shades for the True Velvets and stuff, that I have just kind of decided to branch out a little bit more, and the instigator for that was MAC, because I rebought some of my old MAC lip colors because I missed them in my collection. And so I repurchased them, and now I'm like, yeah, there are so many other good lip products as well. So now I'm testing out new things again. I always have a cubby as well with some lip balm, which is pretty standard. I just grab one whenever there's an empty one. These are new things. These need to go in here, but they no longer fit. These I need to swatch against some other things I have. And then this, I also cannot put anywhere else yet, because in January I still want to film a video with all of this. These are all Kiko lip products. I decided I was going to do a overview of all the different lip products that Kiko has. So I bought at least one of each. There is already Kiko in here, but I still need to put all of these on my lips. So this just needs to stay in here so that I have it all nice and ready to go for that video. And then I have some of these Fui lip glosses and some Romand tinted lip balms, because those are also new to me. So those I still need to test out as well. And what's also hiding in the back here, which I always forget when I do declutters, are my KALEIDOS Cloud Play Lip Clouds, whatever they're called. They're liquid lipsticks. This is the set I actually ended up using the most, because when I use these, I use the unusual shades. So I have a black in here, a dark purple, a teal, and this grayish shade. This is Mercury, what's it called again? Mercury Wave, which is a really pale grayish purple. So I use those, but I hardly ever reach for these like brown tones. This came in a set together with a collection. I like the tints though, so I would repurchase those somehow. And these are the reds I have, which I never reach for either. So with these, I'm like, maybe I should reorganize that by the time I declutter. I also have a lip swatch video up with all of those KALEIDOS products, so I will also link you to that in the description box down below. That actually goes with a lot of my lip products. I swatch these out in videos for you, especially if I have full collections from Essence and Catrice, for instance. I always put those either in my first impression videos or I do separate videos. And when I was testing out all of these K-Beauty lip stains, which you can't see, I also swatched them all out for you. So I think I have swatches up with everything you're about to see. Just so you know. Let me get organized because I feel it's a bit messy. So what I feel I really need to go through and swatch is this. And we're gonna start here because this is lip gloss, so that's the sheerest thing, and then we can like make our way through, because I know once I get to the K-Beauty stuff, which is in the other bin here at the bottom, that's gonna stain my arm the most, and I'm not gonna be able to like take that off very easily. So this is where the lip gloss products stand currently. So I have some of these Kiko ones. I really enjoy this KALEIDOS one. I have another one in the back. I think these are all Catrice. Oh, and a Victoria Beckham one. And then some of my other like favorite mauve tones. But since I love my Tower 28 one so much that you saw in my Shop My Stash, I don't reach for this section anymore. More Kiko. A clear one from Lime Crime. And then these Meta Glow ones from Essence. A Zoeva and a KALEIDOS one. So let's start with these ones from Essence. These were from their Meta Glow range, which they did, I think about like springtime 2024, I think was this release. These are pretty, but I don't wear a lot of sparkly lip glosses, and there are formulas I just like better, that if I go for a sparkly gloss, those are the things I would reach for, and not these things. But I'm feeling that sparkly lip gloss is having a bit of a comeback. So these feel very sticky too. And I did swatch out my entire eyeshadow, like single shadow collection for you before this, so it's a bit messy. I'm very sparkly and covered in eyeliner at the second. These just feel super thick and gloopy. Now I know why I don't like these. Gold as well. Ugh, I don't like the texture of these at all on the back of my hand. This is why I want to swatch things, because some of these things are like in the back of a drawer and I'm like, is that for good reason or is it not? If I go sparkly, I go Kiko, because these are really pretty. This I reach for a little bit less, but it is a really pretty like lavender shade with a bit of a reflect. So that will work really well to also make warmer toned lipsticks look a little bit more cool toned, because it is such a lavendery shade. And this is also really pretty with a lot of pearl. So that is really stunning. It's almost looking blue. Kiko's lip gloss formula is amazing. This is their mauve tone. This is another one that I'll probably want to use up at some point. This is really pretty. Here we have some more sparkly things. I've always kept this Zoeva thing around because it is so beautiful. It even has a bit of green running through it in the right lighting. So always enjoyed that. But essentially just a clear gloss with sparkle, which is not that special. If I go for a sparkly lip product, I go for this one. This is Free Fall from KALEIDOS, and this is a gray lip gloss with silver sparkle. It's so special. It's so different from anything else I have. And in that same range, KALEIDOS does Last Smoke. This is the mauve tone that they do, and this is also very, very cool toned compared to other mauve tones I have. So that's why those are favorites. Then these all used to be favorites. I used to reach for these all the time when I first got into lip gloss, but I have just found really favorite formulas. This Victoria Beckham one, it separates so badly. It's fine. Like you can squeeze it back together. It's just a very emollient formula, so that's why it does look like that. And you can just see that it's almost pink compared to the Kiko and the KALEIDOS. So this, it was sent to me in PR. Really lovely gift. Not sure I need to keep it in the end. I have worn it several times, but I would go for the Rare Beauty perhaps, because it is a bit more cooler toned over the Victoria Beckham. This is also now too warm toned for me, from Wayne Goss. Not sure if his makeup line is still around. I haven't seen anybody talking about it, but that looks like a straight up brown to me nowadays. And also this Pillow Talk? No. Yeah, Pillow Talk Collagen Lip Bath. Really pretty. It's a heart-shaped doe foot, which is so pretty. But this is, again, very brown. And I don't reach for it. The Fenty Beauty in Mauve Wives, this is one of my favorites. So this may have to stay. Still smells okay, and it is also quite cool toned. It's more purple leaning. Is this open? Yes, it is open. I used one of these up in the past. That's how much I loved it. This is the Better Than Fake Lips Volume Gloss from Catrice. Long since discontinued. Is it still okay? It's still okay. It's still doing really well. This was my perfect My Lips But Better shade at the time. May have to keep it just because I loved it so much. And then I just have some more of these Catrice swirly things. These are nice, but I just haven't really loved a lot of the lip product releases from Catrice lately, so I'm not even sure why I kept them around. These were my two favorite shades from this line. It was the Marblicious Liquid Lip Balm. These are really good products, but it's just not something I was reaching for. And why did I keep a red gloss? Sometimes I don't understand myself. And this clear gloss from Lime Crime, rest in peace, because they decided to shut down their makeup line. This smells like cherries. It's just a clear gloss. Good to have, and it does smell really, really, like, that scent is insane. The next bit, which is lip oils and liquid lipsticks. And liquid lipsticks is mainly Lisa Eldridge. But let's start with the lip oils. This REM Beauty one, I wore it several times towards the end of the year because I just wanted to test it out a bit more. But I really do not like that ball. I really do not like the applicator. It doesn't add anything, and the blue shade, I mean, it just looks clear. So that, This cranberry lip oil, a lot of people loved. I was gifted it for free with an order, I think, because this just showed up. But again, it's just clear. It doesn't really have even much of a scent. And my favorites are these two from Catrice, the Gloss and Glow. They keep coming out with new shades in this range. And I just really like them. Glossed Girl is the one I reach for the most. It has a subtle tint once it sits on your skin. And it stains ever so slightly. And I also have Keep It Juicy. So 040, no? Yeah, 040 and 010. So this is more subtle. And I actually have the shades they dupe, because the lighter one is a dupe for the Dior and the darker one is a dupe for the House Labs. So I do enjoy these two as well. The Dior I wore a lot. So let me swatch it just below the other one so you can see the difference. There's literally no difference. And also the House Labs, this is in the shade Tint. Is similar to the one from Catrice as well. Really lovely formula from Catrice. If I reach for a lip oil, I tend to reach for the Catrice over a lot of the more expensive stuff. And then in here, we have liquid lipsticks, which I never reach for anymore. I'm just not a liquid lipstick girly. These were pretty from the Catrice Heart Affair limited edition collection. And I kept them because I like the shades, but like I said, I don't reach for products like this. Is this a pretty shade? Yes. Was it a good formula? Also yes. Do I wear them? No. This hot pink especially. And what was so great about this is that they made for a really good combo. So I liked them. They were good. And here is my ABH. And this is one I wanted to wear for New Year's Eve, but this smells like Play-Doh. So I didn't dare put this on my lips because it was just so bad smelling. That has completely expired. And why do I still have these? I still have Bauhaus, which I've kept because I'm like, oh, but this like purpley pink sort of thing I don't have. Yeah, this has also expired, I think. But I feel that Lisa Eldridge New Wave and Catrice's Scandalous Matte are very much fitting that bill. So I don't think I need to keep this. And I have a bright orange. This is a Go-Go, I think, or E-Go-Go. That one actually smells the best of them. But, I mean, they're pretty shades, but I don't wear anything like that. And then I did test out all of these Velveteens for a video. So I have swatches with these. I'm just going to refer you to that rather than swatching them right now. This pretty much covers everything I need. I mean, I have ribbon. Because the names I think are on the bottom, which is a bit of a shame. The nude things I may just have to declutter because I never reach for this, and I don't reach for this formula. This is Fawn. I think this is Rain. Yeah, Rain, which it was actually prettier in this formula, I felt, than in the Bullet lipstick formula. This is Jazz, which is a good one to have. A deeper shade of red. This I can't read. This is Blush, which is good. Dragon for if I want to keep something orange toned, I can keep that. And then I have a Fair. Oh yeah, this is Muse, which is already a favorite in the other formula. So do I then need to keep it in this one? That's always my question. And I have a Fair, which what they did is that they took the most popular shades of the True Velvets and they made it into liquid lipsticks, which sounds like a smart idea, but I didn't necessarily need it. I kind of tried it for the channel. I had a good time trying them, but I'm just not wearing liquid lipstick. So this needs to be culled. Next tier, these are my high-end lipsticks that aren't MAC. Or Lisa Eldridge. I have to add that to the explanation as well. Not all of this I think I want to keep. Some of these are, again, super old. I never reach for them. I don't think about them. So do I then need to keep them? The answer, I think, is no. But there's also some newer things that I am really excited for. My other two Victoria Beckham lipsticks. These are really lovely. They're more of a cream formula. They were sent to me in PR, just to be fully transparent. And these are Jump and Pop, I think, or no. This is Pop. The red is Pop. And this is Alter Ego, the brighter pink, which is really pretty. It's a really good berry shade. But I wear Posh, no, Jump. I wear the most, which is the mauve tone that was in my Shop My Stash. This was by a new brand that launched in 2024. This is Queen Musa or Musia. I never know how to say it. This is their lipstick in Becky Sharp. They said this was a mauve. And then I tried it and I was like, that looks peach on me. So didn't quite like the shade. It wasn't as mauve toned as I wanted it to be. This Pat McGrath lipstick was in Divine Rose, and this is really pretty, but it's also a bit too peach for me. It is pretty. It was sent to me as a gift by a subscriber, but it is quite peachy. So that may have to bite the bullet. This is new to me. This is the YSL Love Shine in shade 203. I haven't worn this yet. I did swatch it, but I just picked it up with a gift voucher over the summertime because I spotted this when I was shopping in Germany. I was like, oh, that looks really pretty, and it's a really good mauve tone. So, but these like sheer balmy things are a little bit more up my street nowadays than full-on lipsticks. And if I go full-on lipsticks, I want other shades. Especially in like these neutral categories, I have just really reverted to glosses and sheer things rather than a full-on lipstick. I have these lipsticks from What's Up Beauty. Beautiful packaging, very heavy, beautiful lipsticks, not my shades. They even have, can you see that? The embossing on the lipstick. Really pretty, but these are so orange. Like, that's the lightest one, I think. And these were sent to me in PR, so I didn't pick these shades myself. They just sent me everything. That's one of the downsides sometimes with PR is A, you don't know what you're going to get. Like, this was the best shade for me, but it's still like, and they're so close together. Not really my shades. I still have a bunch of my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks that I never reach for anymore, so let me see if these are still any good. I have Very Victoria, which is my favorite nude from the brand. They still smell okay, so that's good. But that's pretty brown as well. Not a big fan of brown things anymore. Red Carpet Red. Oh, such a classic. I wore this so many times. But nowadays, if I go for red, I go for Velvet Ribbon, Velvet Duchess, or Velvet Jazz. I hardly ever will reach for other reds in my collection. And I still have Bond Girl. This I may want to keep because that's an interesting shade. But it also reminds me a lot of the, what's it called, Painterly shade that Lisa Eldridge does in the Luxuriously Lucent line. I have Wedding Bells, which is just another neutral. Why do I have this? I mean, this was back in the day when I was really loving hard on Charlotte Tilbury, but I've just found that they don't make the shades I love. And Glowing Gen, which is just more of the same. Everything looks so orange to me now. Like only Bond Girl, which is now I think called Am I Kiss. They changed the name of it. That's the only thing I could still see myself wearing from this line. Oh, that hurts a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And then I also have some really, really old Urban Decay lipsticks. I still have 69, which I've always said is one of my favorite, like, pinky tone reds. But I now have Velvet Bloom and Velvet Enchantment from Lisa Eldridge, which gives me that pinky tone red. So this may just no longer have to be here. I also have Firebird. I have Max Rebels, so why do I still have this? I mean, it is pretty. It's really, really stunning. It is that purple, pink sort of scandalous matte that you'll see in a second. But I don't think I need that in my life. And then I have Gash. Ooh, and that has a lot of bloom on it. It still smells okay. But this is the shade right here at the top. A lot of people I see online are looking for a lipstick that is the color of blood. Urban Decay did Gash. Let me do a more full-on swatch and not just with the tip of the lipstick. Ooh, that's very dry though. But this lipstick was always my choice. They no longer do it. It was discontinued years ago. Not sure I still need to keep it. It's probably too similar to Velvet Jazz. Let me find Jazz. If I were to go for a shade like it, I would pick Velvet Jazz because it just has a little bit more brightness to it. So it's too similar. It's just too similar. The difference is too small. And then I have all of my Gucci things right here at the front. I bought 2 of each formula to do a lip review. So again, I have swatches with all of these. So I'll link you to that video in the description box down below. But here again, do I need to keep all of these? This is really, really good. This is their sheer formula. Jody Wild Mauve. Ooh, that's very purple. I had forgotten about that one. Haven't reached for it in a while. If I reach for these, then I reach for Peggy Taupe, which is sort of like a gray tone brown. It's far more warmer tone than I would go for a taupe nowadays, I think. I think these are the satins. Or these, no, these are the mattes. I also have Peggy Taupe in that line, but that looks completely different. It's far more pink. And it's actually more of a mauve tone. That one's really pretty. And Goldie Red, which is Gucci's red. This is Gucci red. If you go to Gucci and you find anything in their line that has a red shade, it's this shade. So it's a really good red. But like I mentioned, if I go for a red, I don't go for this. And it's quite an orange toned red, which I'm also no longer a huge fan of. Again, I have Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Morning. I have Velvet Dragon. I still have Lady Danger, I think, from MAC. So I still have a bunch of things that I could wear if I do want to go for that orange toned red. This is the satin formula. This is Mildred Rosewood, which was one of my favorites at the time when I bought these. It is still really pretty, but the one I reach for the most is Love Before Breakfast. And it's very similar to that Firebird shade, I think. And also, like the Victoria Beckham one in Alter Ego, and then this one, I would reach for this over the Victoria Beckham. And then I have another sheer formula from them. This is the Voile, and I have the Painted Veil, which is quite a warm tone neutral, but it kind of works on me because it is sheer. So my natural lip color can shine through. And then I also have a brighter tone here, but this is a coral, and I never reach for corals anymore. So why did I get this? So I didn't think, like before I sat down to film this video, I wasn't like, ooh, I'm really gonna have to declutter my Gucci lipsticks. But now that I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm like, I should really declutter some of my Gucci and Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, because yes, they were expensive, but if you don't reach for them, if they're not the shade you want to wear anymore, then do they need to be in your life? So I have some Glossier off to the side here, some Trinity London in the back, and all of my MAC lipsticks, but I got 2 new ones, and it no longer fits. So that's a bit of an issue. I think I can fit one here, but that's it. So maybe this can like fit in there. It kind of fits. It kind of fits. But let me take these out so we can have a look together at what I have. Because I have some of the new Maximal lipsticks, but I also repurchased some older things that I already had. So here as well, I'm like, do I need to keep these 3 things that were hiding in the back here? Because that could also, of course, if I get rid of some more MAC lipsticks, I could fit in the rest. I remember getting this when there was still back to MAC when I was in London. This is New York Apple, and it's a frost. And the lady who helped me pick out the lipsticks, because I didn't really have much on my wish list at the time, was like, I would use your back to MAC to buy something you would never normally look into. And this is really pretty. It is a frost, I believe. Yes, it's a frost. And frost lipsticks are having a moment. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I have two of the Powder Kiss lipsticks. I have Stay Curious and Lasting Passion. Stay Curious is the more neutrally one. Of the two, that's the one I gravitate towards the least. Again, because it's like a reddish tone nude. And I have that in my Lisa Eldridge range with Painterly, which I wear more. And this is Lasting Passion, which is that sort of pinky red that I said I had from Urban Decay, but that I also had in other brands. Like it's right here on my knuckles, so it's a bit of a weird swatch. But with this formula, I gravitate more towards like the deeper things or like the brighter things than I do the neutrally things. Then I have one of my fall classics. This is really old. This is Chili. It still smells fine. It's not smelling or feeling funky. And it swatches beautifully. But I no longer wear warm tones like this. Like I've really honed in on cool tones as being like my comfort zone. I do have Verve. That was the other lipstick I got from Back to Mac. And this is a really good brown shade if you like brown, but you don't want it to be too warm. Because it is more of a neutral leaning brown. It's not like Whirl or Velvetetti. This has a much more cool undertone to it. We have Rebel, another oldie but goodie. It still smells fine. So there is Rebel. I actually did wear it a few times over the fall season this year. We have Morange. See, this is why I can get rid of the Kat Von D thing, because I have an orange lipstick if I want to. This is a really nice brighter orange. That's also an older lipstick. Lady Danger. Who remembers Lady Danger? I wore this so much back in the day, back when I was really into my orange toned reds. Again, a bit of a weird swatch because the bullet is so smushed. And the only coral I would still wear, but do I still need this? This is Impassioned. I think I did wear it like once over the summertime. It still smells fine. And it swatches fine, but that's not my shade anymore. I'm just not into corals. Not into corals whatsoever. And then these are some of my favorites, but two of them were repurchased right before they actually revamped their entire line. But I still have red, no, this is Russian Red, which is one of my favorite reds of all time. This is just so old. I wore this to a dance performance and everybody loved the shade, but it is such a good red. It's like, if I keep a red from a brand that isn't Lisa Eldridge, it's going to be this one. And then Twig and Brave, because those are two of my favorites. This is Brave, yes, which is more like a pinky nude. And I got this because when I was filming a video in 2024 with some of my favorite cool tone nudes, a lot of people were recommending this. And I was like, yeah, I had that, but it expired on me. And then I have Twig, which is a bit more brown toned, but it also has a bit of a purple base. So that's still quite cool toned, I would say. And then I have some of the new Maximal lipsticks. They've redone it in the matte formula and in the satin formula. So both are now revamped. This is a matte. This is new to me. This is mixed media. Which is media that used to be a satin, but they've now revamped it and made it matte. And this is one of their darker lipsticks, but it's almost purple. It's like a purpley red, really pretty. And I bought Film Noir. This was such a hype on TikTok, and I just thought it looked really interesting. I'm really into my vampy lipsticks this year. And this is very brown, but it's also really cool toned, especially in real life. On camera, it translates a lot warmer. That has nothing to do with my lighting or whatever. It's just cameras pick up light, like colors in a different way than they look in real life. I can't change that. And then we have Mare, which is an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to swatch it here next to Brave. So, so pretty. Very similar to Brave, but matte. And then I have Soar, which was turned into a lipstick. It used to be just a lip liner, but now it's also a lipstick. And I used to own, well, I bought it again, so I own it again, as you will see in a second. But I used to wear Soar lip pencil with MAC Mare. That was my favorite combo. But how good is this for an ombre lip? Yes. So these are all of my MAC lipsticks. I think before I declutter, I'm gonna have to do a MAC lip swatch party or something like that, because I think I have plenty to do an entire video with. Finally in here, some Glossier and Trinity London stuff. So I have one of their Balm.com. This is in Wild Fig. This is, every single time I use it, the packaging becomes absolutely atrocious. But this is essentially just a tinted lip balm. It's nothing special, but it's nice. I sometimes wear it on days where I don't want to wear too much makeup. I have one of the Generation G lipsticks. This is in the shade Crush. This only works if you wear it over a lip balm, else it doesn't really apply. And it looks very dry and patchy. So the Ultra Lips are my favorite. Pony is in my Shop My Stash. Fet is pretty much Crush, but then in a much more pigmented shade. So I wear Fet a lot more. And Vesper is more of a berry, which is really pretty. And I have from Trinity London the shade Suze, which I haven't worn much. This is a Lip Luxe. But I do think this is quite a good, like, cooler toned. Not sure how cool toned it's going to be on my lips, but it's marketed as a cooler toned lip option from the brand. And this is a Lip Luxe in Pippa, which is a red. Now, I always see Trini just applying these with her fingers. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't used these much, because they come in a little pot. And a shade like that, I would never apply with fingers. So you need a lip brush, which I don't really carry. So it is a beautiful shade of red though, Pippa is. So I've moved from this tower that we already went through to the second one. So here we have Drugstore lipsticks, and there's more here because these are newer things that technically need to go in here, but they probably won't fit. But I think what I'll just do, because I want to keep the things I want to use in here, is I'm going to switch some things around so these things can actually fit in here. A lot of Catrice is right here at the front, so let's start there. So I try out a lot of Essence and Catrice lipsticks. With Catrice, I think I've kept some of my favorite shades from every line they've come out with in like the past year. Do I need to keep all of those around? Maybe not. The one I reach for the most is this guy. This is the Catrice lipstick I was already talking about. This is from their Scandalous Matte range. This is in Casually Overdressed. It's number 080. And this is a dupe for Lisa Eldridge's New Wave. And it's one of those like purpley pink sort of lipsticks. So I actually think I can declutter some of my high-end things over this one, because this I love and that's one I use all the time. And I think I just want to like switch this around enough that enough of it like can fit in here. I always like keeping a Catrice red on hand. This is Blame the Night. This is also Scandalous Matte. Yeah, this is from the same range. I never reach for this. If I go for a red lipstick, like I mentioned, Lisa Eldridge. And I think this is a more, is it more neutrally or is it orange? Oh, that's quite a neutral red. Quite a neutral red. Pretty, but I don't reach for it. So that may have to go into the other cubby. 070 is Go Bold or Go Home, which is one of their brighter pinks. Again, not something I reach for. This is also Scandalous Matte. That was one of my favorite lipstick ranges that they came out with in recent years. It's also, on me, more of a coral than an actual pink. So since we've established I don't like corals, I may have to move it elsewhere. This is the Demi Matte range, I think. Yes, Demi Matte in Pink Addiction. This is a really good bright pink. And this is very similar to the Victoria Beckham one and also the Love Before Breakfast from Gucci. And I think this is actually brighter than the one from the Scandalous Matte range. So this may be a better option for me. And then also from the Demi Matte range, this is Redefine Love. And this is a really nice red. Again, I don't reach for my Catrice reds all that often. But this, ooh. Remember what I said about everybody looking for a blood red? And I was recommending Urban Decay's Gash, but I think this is actually a contender. This range is no longer around, but that may just be something I want to keep for that reason. Let me see. What else do we have here? I also have 050. This is Sucker for Love. This is from the also Scandalous Matte range, so this is one of the more neutrally things. Looks a bit pink. Yeah, that's not kind of shade I reach for a lot. Pretty, but not something I reach for. Then I have a bunch of these mauve toned lipsticks that are all discontinued. Let me see. This is Vegan Collagen Matte in Be Strong. This is a very soft formula, as you can tell, but I did wear this quite a bit. It was a good mauve tone. Feels a bit dry. Ooh. But that's totally up my alley. Like, this is what I want more brands to do, this like purpley mauve tone. Shine Bomb in 040. Secret Crush. This, I think, not too sure about this one. Maybe a bit light for me. Pretty, but a bit too sheer. And then I have another Vegan Collagen Matte. This is in 060, Good Intentions. Or is it Scandalous Matte? Yeah, it's a Scandalous Matte. Ooh. Ooh. That is a pretty mauve shade. So I like that one. It's a bit deeper. It's a bit more plum. And this one is that perfect sort of cooler tone mauve shade. So may have to keep those around. And then I just have 4 super old things. Like, why do I even have these? I know why I have this, because this is my favorite red from Catrice. It got mashed in... Back when I had other organizers, a lot of my drugstore lipsticks became stuck. And I jumbled it around so much that a lot of my lipsticks became damaged. This is the Ultimate Matte in 030 Rouge La La. I think this was even limited edition. But this is the best red that Catrice has ever done, but it feels a bit dry. Yeah, it is pretty. It's a really, really good red. But like I said, if I wear reds, it's from Lisa Eldridge. And they did this, Taupeless in Love. Also completely mangled. Look at that. But this is a really, really good taupe lipstick. I'm going to swatch it. Look at that. I don't think I've ever found a lipstick quite like this. May have to swatch a Kiko lipstick next to it in a second, so that's why I'm swatching it here. And then I have these. These are the Power Plumping Gel Lipsticks. This really nice, soft, pinky, blue tone thing. I love the shade of this, but I don't wear it in this formula. It's a bit too pink for me. And this is one I used up. This is a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, but then in a much more glowy finish. This is the original Power Plumping Gel Lipstick in 030 Speak Up, I think it was called. Yeah, Speak Up. Still known in shade name till this day. I used one of these up back when these originally released, which is why I have this shade. Maybe this should go into a makeup memory box because it is a bit more brown toned than the things I now want to go for. So when I declutter, but yeah, this has to go out of the collection, so there's going to be room for other things I enjoy. We have Kiko in here as well. I have one of their Jelly Stylos in 510. I remember this being a really interesting shade as well. Like, Kiko can do some interesting lipstick shades, y'all. It's really, really fun what they do. Ooh, that's almost gray. Yeah, now I know why I like that one. So I did a test with a lot of Kiko lipsticks, like the thing I'm doing in January. So by the time you see this video, that video will have already gone up. So if you want to see the swatches in that of that container, like everything that's in here, ooh, please don't fall. So if you want to see swatches of all of this, then you're going to have to watch that video because I'm going to swatch all of this for you out in January. Kiko can just do really, really good lip products. And I definitely need to compare and contrast. I have 3 of their Velvet Passions here. I have their classic 315 Mauve, which is still one of the best mauve lipsticks I have ever found. Don't want to get rid of that. And they also do a taupe. What number is this? I can't read because the sticker is dark and the number is dark. So I'm going to have to look this up for you, but someone recommended this to me as a good cooler tone brown shade. Ooh, look at how red the Catrice one looks compared to that. But I still like both. And then I have Lost Cherry, which is a dupe for Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Ribbon. But that is a really good red. And I think if I keep a red from the drugstore, it's going to be this one because it's such a good formula. And then they are now duping the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks. This is their Power Powder lipstick. I've only been able to find these online though. In store, I couldn't spot these. And I got it in a burgundy, a nude, and in a red. So let's do the nude here. This is shade 24. Really pretty, but a bit more brown leaning, especially on camera. In real life, I find it looks more purpley plum than it does on the back of my hand on camera. This is the burgundy shade. This is 25, I think it says. 25 or 26. And it's a really pretty, like, purpley tone. And then the red I did want to try as well, and I believe this is 25. And I wanted to swatch it next to Lost Cherry. Or just Cherry. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, those are similar. You can tell different formula. This is more opaque than that. And this is going to give you that more like blurred lip line. So those are all going to have to stay in that same organizer. And then I have some Milani things in here. But there's also Milani in here. So let me rescue Milani. Because maybe if we have fewer Catrice things in here, the Milani stuff can go in there. This is super old from Milani. This was the culprit. This is the thing that got stuck, and which is why so many of my drugstore lipsticks became ruined. This is Orchid. This is really pretty though, but haven't worn this in such a long time because if I go for that really bright pop of like pink, I go for Catrice. So this needs to go elsewhere, I think. But what I have been loving are the color Fetish lipsticks. I have some that are the matte version, and I have some that are that sort of more glossy version. I think these are the glossy one, and I have the purple as well, and I have 4 of the mattes. So let's do the glossy one first. This is in Voyeur, which is actually really similar to another lipstick I have from the drugstore. Let me put that one here. So that's why I'm like, do I need to keep this? I'm not entirely sure. I also have Nylon, and Nylon was described as a mauve. This is not a mauve. It's very, very deep. It's pretty, but that's not a mauve tone. That's a red. That's a red. And then the mattes, I have Fleur, I think. No, this is Blossom. Nice bright pink. It's like a slightly deeper pink tone. And I have Secret, which is their nude shade in this range. It's pretty, but it's very brown. And then I have Fleur. Yes, this is the shade I picked up earlier in the year. But I think that Fleur and Blossom go together really prettily. And then I also decided to go for something a bit more intense and go for Dahlia, which is the deepest shade that they do in this matte range. And it's like a really nice darker, plummy, like in real life, it reads to me as a purple, and then on camera, it reads to me like a dark red. Then we have the bottom drawer of the Drugstore section. I have lip liners to this side. That's what we're going to do separately. But this is where the overflow of my Drugstore lipsticks went. So I have another Kiko. Ooh, it's going through the hole here. Mina. We have a Peri Para lipstick. Wycon, which I love. And then I discovered Revlon, and that's why I got some more. So we're going to swatch those as well. And then I have a bunch of these new things that Essence and Catrice came out with, but that I don't reach for at all. So this is the thing where, you know, because you try so many things and you're like, oh, that's a lovely formula, that's a lovely shade, and then you never wear it. This Kiko thing is the Unlimited Stilo, I think. Yes, and I need to swatch it here because this is another mauve from Kiko, but it's a bit more brown leaning. But it is a good, like, deeper mauve, you could say. So maybe this should go in here as well. All the Kiko things together. I think that's good. This from Mina is pretty much the same shade as the Milani thing. So this is the color Lip Glow in 371. So I'm going to swatch it here for you so you can compare those shades. It's perhaps a bit more intense. I like both of them. They're fine. The Peri Para Mood in shade 12. This is another brown, so I want to swatch it here on my thumb to compare it to the other brown tones we have going on here. But that's very light. That's almost like Velvet Teddy-like. Not sure that needs to stay in my life. Another mauve, because we love it. This is by Wycon. It's their Matte Icon lipstick in mauve. Let me swatch that over here. That's again quite deep, but it's pretty similar to that Kiko one underneath it. So we have options when it comes to mauve tones. And then I have 3 of these Care in Colors lip balm from Catrice. These are good. These are really nice. They're essentially tinted lip balms. That's all they are. I have one of the deeper shades here. Really pretty purple tone. Never wear it. I think there was also some sort of mauve tone in here. That's why I kept these. Like, yeah, these are just really nice neutrally things. And the formula is great, but I don't reach for them. I don't reach for them at all. And then this is a red, I think. Reddish tone. Really pretty shades. Like I said, don't reach for them. Same with these clicky pens. So this is the Catrice version of the, like that gloss thing that Mech did. So it's like you click it up and then the shade comes out. The Melt and Shine, they're called. These are really nice, very subtle, also very balmy on the lips. But the shades that Catrice do aren't always that unique. This one I think is my favorite, which is the more neutrally thing. What shade is this? This is shade 030, Secret. But that barely shows up, so. And this is 060, and the deep one was 080. So these were the ones I kept because they were my favorites when I swatched them. That's what I always do. Like, I will do a swatch video and then decide which ones are my favorite. But if you just don't reach for it, like, I like them. They are good. It's just that I have so many other things that are ready this sheer from other brands that I like better. So if I go for something this sheer, I go for my Lisa Eldridge Luxuriously Lucents or those Gucci ones that I showed you, or I go for my lip stains or my glosses. I don't really go for this kind of formula. These were also really good from Essence. The Slim Sticks. These are very long lasting, really cool. Shade 107. These are twist ups. Let me put this one here. Really nice red shade, really stunning, very pigmented. Don't wear it. Just don't wear it. I have a neutral one here. This is 104. Ooh, these have gotten really dry, but that's a really pretty mauve tone. But I have so many other pretty mauve tones that I already like. And then this is another pinky tone. This is 105. This is a bit deeper. Also really pretty. That felt very, very dry as well as I was swatching it. And I have 103, which is another one of the neutral shades. That's very brown. Wouldn't go for that anymore. But that red, ooh, that's quite something, isn't it? I have to do that. And then I still have my Revlon lipsticks in here as well. Let me see, which ones did I already own? I think, yes, yeah, those are the new ones. These are the ones I bought in England. So I got one of the super lustrous ones. This is Fire and Ice. I think they're all super lustrous, right? But these are the new ones. I don't know. I got the other ones online, so I don't know how that compares, but this is Fire and Ice. See, a really nice warmer tone red. I do want to keep that. Cherries in the Snow, I fell in love with. This was a complete hit the minute I tried it. But it is that sort of love before breakfast, like thing I love from so many other brands, but hey, I like it from Revlon as well. And then I bought Glossed Up Rose. This is the one I wear the least. Yeah, I can see why. It's like a warmish pink. Don't reach for those kind of shades, but because I love those so much, I decided to go online and buy some more. So I got, this is still the super lustrous. This is in, this is the cream formula in Sassy Mauve. Someone told me I should get it when I was filming a video with a lot of my cool tone lipsticks, but this is so not really, like, it looks in real life, again, a little bit more cool tone than it does on the screen. It's not as orange as it looks in the bullet, so that's perfect. Haven't put it on my lips yet, so I can't say how much I liked it yet. Then I used, this is Berry Crush, which is a purple. Straight up purple. And I got 477. This is Black Cherry, which I already owned before, but that I decluttered because it expired. But that's an even deeper, like, berry shade. So these are all of my drugstore lipsticks for you. And then in 2024, this happened. I went from 0 to no lip liners to loving lip liner all of a sudden. So I also started to try brands, but I have found 2 favorites, and I feel I don't need any more. So if I buy any more, it will probably be from MAC. I now have 5 of those, it seems. Yes. No. This is also MAC. Why does it have a different... Okay. It looked different to me. I also like this, the Wycon. This is my Pat McGrath lip liner. These are my other favorites. These are the Kiko Creamy Color. This one, I have 5 of those. 2 Lisa Eldridge. I have some Essence. And I think I have a Catrice one as well. This is by Melt and some more Kiko, but those I like a little less than what I already had. So I think I have all the shades I need to have like good enough lip liners. From Lisa Eldridge, I bought Sorcery and Jazz, a little bit deeper than what I normally go for in the lipsticks, just so that I can have that deeper lip line. Because Jazz is one of my favorite reds, but I thought that it would look really pretty together with ribbon. The Melt is a really good, like, vibrant pink. Oh, but that's very tough to swatch, so that may be a bit old. Pat McGrath goes with the lipstick I have. If I get rid of the lipsticks, I'll probably get rid of the lip liner as well. It is a good lip liner. It was a little set, but I like this Wycon one just as much, and I feel it's pretty much exactly the same shade, so do what I need to keep the Pat McGrath? Probably not. And then these Kiko Everlasting Color lip liners. These are pretty, but these are twist up, and I just don't like it as much. I'm hoping you can still see these colors because I can't do a better job at taking off the rest of those lip colors. This is pretty. It is a really nice, like, cooler toned, pinky tone, but these I didn't like as much as the other ones. These are my favorites. And I feel they are the same as the Lisa Eldridge ones. So you don't need to shell out Lisa Eldridge money. You can just go with this. In fact, I feel this is almost identical to the Jazz liner. This is the creamy color in 08. This very nice light mauve. I've already used a bunch. So pretty. It's like such a good neutral. This is 23, sorry. The red is number 13. Just your classic red. And then I have 10, which is a really pretty one to go, again, with something like Velvet Muse or Velvet Sorcery. It's very similar to Sorcery, actually, in my brain. And then I have this pink, which is number 18, which is more of like a magenta. So I think that will be really pretty with some of the purpley things I have. But yeah, these 5 are perfection. And then I have 6 of these MAC ones. And I actually repurchased some that I used to own in the past, not gonna lie. I have Whirl, which is a good like neutrally brown shade. It can go with some of my brown toned lipsticks. I picked up Stone because it is supposedly their coolest brown option, and it goes with some of the taupey things I have. I also bought Greige because I was like, might as well keep that train rolling. Greige is a bit more green compared to Stone, I feel. But they're very similar. You really don't need both. Soar is really similar to Whirl, actually. Just a bit more pink. And let's do Half Red first. Half Red is interesting because it's like in between a red and a brown. Goes really well with some of my MAC lipsticks. And then Root for me goes really well with Film Noir that I showed you just before. So I think because like the MAC ones are more like nudes and these are more like your brighter and like lighter options, so I feel I have it covered. And then these 4 things, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get rid of my Essence and Catrice stuff. Pretty, yes, can Essence and Catrice do good lip liners? For sure. But between the Kiko and the MAC and then my Lisa Eldridge things, I'm like pretty solid. This is a nice orange tone, in case you were looking for that. These are the 8-hour matte lip liners, and these are, this is by Catrice, the plumping lip liners. So these are a bit deeper, so maybe for the shade I might keep it around, but it looks very similar to that Kiko one, actually. So may have to just keep that around. And then this is a lighter pink, but I already have that from Kiko, I know for sure. And actually the Kiko one looks a bit more gray toned when it dries down. Love that thing. And this is a bit more purpley, so I may want to keep that lighter Kiko one around, like this one, in the end, because it is a slightly different undertone. It's definitely cooler tone than some of the other things I've tried. And then we get to all of my lip stains. Most of these are K-Beauty. I also have some other random things that just happen to fit into these drawers. So this is a bit of a mismatch. I know there's some Rare Beauty and Victoria Beckham and Fenty in the back. I never use those because if you want to go lip tint, K-Beauty brands take the cake. Mark my words. They're just the best of the best. I'm going to have to do a new K-Beauty lip product review for you guys as well. Maybe that's already happening in March, but not sure yet. Let me do these 3 first of all. The Victoria Beckham one was sent to me in PR in the same package as some of the other products I've already showed you in some of these videos. This is in the shade Bitten. It's really pretty. It definitely goes with a lot of the things I now go for. But it's just so sheer and it kind of gloops together in a weird way. And also this Rare Beauty thing, like it's pretty, but it is a little bit more warm tone than what I wanted it to do. It is better in terms of pigmentation. And then the Fenty Beauty one I have here is in Sangria something, I think. It's the reddish toned one. It's pretty, but it's again, just a little bit sheer and not really my shade. It's a bit more orange than I wanted it to be. So those 3, not my favorite. These are some of my favorites. These are all by Romand, I never know how to say it. And these are by Amuse. These are the Dew Tints. Love those so much. I think this is one of my favorites. This is a bit more of a beigey one. Does it say on the back what they are? I can't read it on the back what it's called, but it seems to be shade number 13. Right there. A bit peachy for me, perhaps. This is shade 3. This is one of my favorites, actually. I wear this a lot in the spring, summer season because it has that sort of ripe fruit sort of thing to it. This is Sunday. And that is My Lips But Better. I don't know why I have this. Is this discolored or it's Fig Dew? It looks very weird. I don't remember it looking like that. Yeah, that never looked green on the back of my hand. So I think this may have expired. Because that pink shade you see coming through works, but this sort of brown, like it's turned a very strange color. And then this is Pleasing. This is my other favorite. See, I don't need to keep all of these, I think. I definitely think this one can eventually go because I wear these two and that brighter shade so much more. And then I did pick up 2 new Romand tinted lip balms. This is their Glasting Melting Balm in Mauve Whip. Mauve Whip. And Kaya Fig, which is this shade. Kaya Fig is a bit warmer. Mauve Whip is slightly deeper and a bit more cool toned. Very pretty indeed. And these are some of my favorites. The Dewy Full Water Tint. This is in Custard Mauve. This is a really pretty cool tone. Wear it all the time. Took it traveling. You name it. This is from a limited edition. This is Lilac Cream. This is very light, but this is very pretty on. This with a lip liner is really pretty. And then I have a red. This is Cherry Way. This is the one I wear the least, but it is very pretty. If I want to go for that more orange tone red, you can see it's pretty similar to the Fenty Beauty one, but I just like this formula so much better. And I also have one of their Blur Fudge tint. One of these was in my Shop My Stash that I showed you at the start, but this is Fudge Red. I wear this all the time. It's one of those like blurry ones, so it's not dried up. It's not. It's supposed to have this blurry effect, and it's not supposed to be perfect on your lip line. And then I have a bunch of these like in the round tube. So I think, are these all slightly different formulas? Yeah. These may be the same. Yeah. So this is the Glasting Water Tint in Vintage Ocean. This is really pretty, but it is a bit warm for my liking. I wore it a few times over the fall season, though. It's perfect for me in the fall time. And then I have the Juicy Lasting Tints. I have Almond Rose. This is also really pretty. A bit brown, but really pretty on the lips. And I have Fig Fig. It's a little bit of a cooler option. And then I have the Bare Vine one, again from a different collection. This is the coolest tone one I have. Really pretty, almost purple. And then these are more intense in terms of pigmentation. This is the Zero Velvet Tint in Vintage Taupe. It's not taupe, it is a reddish tone brown, but really pretty. Again, something I like to wear in the fall time. And this is the Milk Tea Velvet Tint in Rose Tea. Again, not very rose, a bit more brown. This may be one where I'm like, yeah, I don't wear browns like that per se, so this may have to go in the end. But yeah, there's only one that's truly expired. I mean, on the back of my hand, it definitely looks still okay, especially now that it's dried down. That really, really weird sort of brown tint it has in the tube has completely disappeared, but I wouldn't feel good testing that out. I'm gonna have to soldier on because this is gonna stain my hand anyways. So I'm gonna go in to the final bottom drawer where I have all these peri-pera things. I have some more lip tints by brands that I don't reach for all that often. I have one more of these Fui things. And then I have some of those very classic lip tints. And some random Essence and Catrice bits that didn't fit anywhere else. So let's start with the random things, because these are brands that I just wanted to try, but I think Romand is just my favorite when it comes to lip products in the K-beauty realm. So I have some Clio bits here. Pretty, yes. Really good shades, yes. But I just like my Romand stuff better in terms of formula. This one as well. It's pretty. It's a really good cool tone shade. This is a bit deeper, so that's different from everything else I have. So in the end, that may be something I'm swayed to then keep. But the other one, I'm like, nah, it's okay. These are by Lily by Red. I just wanted to try some of the lip products. These are again good, but very similar to the Romand stuff. Muscat Shower came with me on a recent trip over the summer because that is a perfect cool tone. Very gray leaning. Love that. This one I haven't worn much. This is Kill Me Plum. This is again a bit deeper, I think. Yeah, a bit deeper, but I don't tend to wear these kind of shades in lip tints. I just need to accept that. And then by Fui, Icing Drop number 4. Also, like these all look the same on the applicator. But I feel like the one that's really truly special is Muscat Shower. That one just pops out to me as being something different compared to everything else. And this is also by Clio, I think. Yeah. This is the Clear as Twinkle Crystal. Shade number... Oh, it's Fresh Cherry. So this is probably a bit reddish leaning. Yeah. Also not something I wear per se in this kind of formula. Or I'm going to go with the Romand stuff I already showed you. So lovely there. We have the Fui lip glosses. These are the volumizing glass lip glosses. They come in 30% and 70% strength in terms of pigmentation. They sent me this one in PR. YESSTYLE did. This is Angdu, which is a reddish gloss. Really pretty. I don't wear a lot of red glosses though. So I bought Scotch, which is more of like a neutral. It's a bit brown, but I think I have high hopes for this on the lips. But of course, the purpley one, Currant, I wanted to try in both formulas. So this is Currant in the 30%. Really nicely purpley. And this is Currant in the 70%. It definitely does look warmer toned in the 70% than it does in the 30%. Maybe something to look for. And then these are my ink velvets from Peri Para. I love these little things. This is my favorite shade, number 31. It's called Wine Nude. Really, really good in the fall time. It is a little brown leaning, but it is such a special shade. It's different from everything else I have. One of my favorite reds, 32. I bought the entire red set because I just like them so much. And these stain. Like, they're all lip tints. They stain your hand. That's why I'm swatching them last. 33. A bit deeper. And then 34 is again a little bit deeper. Again, for people looking for blood red sort of shades, I think K-Beauty can also do that. It's just going to give you a different texture. And then I have 37, which I think is a peachy toned one. That is pretty, but not necessarily a shade I wear. And I have one of the Ink Airy Velvets in shade number 25, which is also a bit of a peachy pink. Really pretty. Looks a bit nude on me. And then I have two random Catrice and Essence bits. I have the Hydra Kiss Lip Oil from Essence in the shade Midnight Mystery. And it's essentially a black sort of lip gloss kind of thing. So I wanted to keep it around for that reason. And the Shine Bomb Lip Lacquer in shade 020 Good Taste. I'm not sure if I need to shake these up. So let me give it a shake. These were good, but they're more like a liquid lipstick, more so than anything else. But it didn't fit anymore with my liquid lipsticks. And we've just established that I never wear liquid lipsticks. So do I then need to keep this around? Probably not. So, and then I have a bunch of these like classic lip stains as well, and one lipstick that was sent to me. This came in a YESSTYLE box that I was gifted. Really pretty. It's by Marzi. It's okay. It's just an orange tone red. And then I have from Etude. I think these are all from Etude, and this one is from the Face Shop. I think I only need to keep one of these. They are really watery, and then they sort of stain your lips. These are the strongest stains. Like, I need to take these off ASAP once I'm done swatching, because else I will have stains on my hands for the next 3 weeks. This is my favorite. I believe it's also called Vampire Red or something like that. I'm not sure if the shade name is on here. No, it's not. No shade name, but it's the Dear Darling tint. This is also Dear Darling tint. I believe this is called something weird like Oink Red. Also really pretty, but I think I like that middle one the best. Like if I go for this kind of product, it would be that middle one. So here are all of my lip stains and some random Essence and Catrice bits. So let me try and take this off so we can round out this video. So those were all of the lip products I wanted to show you in today's video. This is the final video in my makeup collection series. That's why, even though I did take everything off, it's still very messy. I saved the best for last, you could say. But yeah, I really hoped you had fun watching it. I've seen other creators doing videos like this, but then also grouping them together once they're all done. Is that something you want to see me do so you can watch them all back to back? Let me know in a comment down below, because I can make that happen, of course. And for now, you have my declutters to look forward to in March. I always do 4 videos a week, so I always have a lot of other content going live, so I hope you look forward to that as well. For now, thanks so much for being here. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to stay updated to when I post new videos. And then I really hope you have a really, really great day, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye!